Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
My
allergies would go on fire,
Yeah.
man. I smoke some of that stuff. I'd be like, you think I sniff and snort and all that? Jeez.
So then let's move into collecting data. You talked about mindset, talked about getting organized. Oh, did you really talk about getting organized?
Not specifically.
Okay.
So what we do is we have a task and a to-do list.
Okay.
That's primarily that. But we have triggers,
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of different things. But the primary thing is that I have my to-do list, what I need to do for the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're trying to get to 100 million youth. We're trying to do this. We're trying to help business people. Trying to help parents. We're trying to, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I'll look out there and in the clouds.
Yeah.
It's fun to look at the penthouse, but then I go right back to the outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do today to accomplish that?
Yeah.
And so I write it down. I brainstorm it. I prioritize it. I go knock off as many as I can. Don't try to buff up on me, right? That's what I do. And then on my task list is I give you a to do, but I keep mine as a task list until it's off. So if I say, hey, you need to wear the freaking fake silk shirt to the interview,
Yes.
right? Then I would put that on the list and then check it off. I asked you to do my Spawn figure.
Yeah.
It was on my list. Right? And it was on my whiteboard too.
Yeah.
So not only do you have a list, if it's really important, put it on your whiteboard.
Yeah.
If it's really, really, really important, put it on one of those Post-its.
Yeah.
Right? And so whatever the case may be, these are what I call the triggers. The task list, the to-do list, the whiteboard, the Post-it, the ringtones, my wife, right? I say, honey, can you remind me at 3 I gotta take my pill? She's like, you're like a little child. I know, honey.
Yeah.
But she knows I get so focused, I won't even think about it.
Right.
I'm a freaking cobra on a mouse, baby.
Yeah. And then for when it comes to collecting data, how do you help someone to do that? Because that's something that not probably a lot of people do formally.
Yeah, or informally, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I just tell them, let's collect it on both, primarily the activity.
Okay.
Right? So when we talked about it, we said, okay, you want a relationship with Jesus.
Yep.
So what are the activities? Well, Bible study. So then let's collect around that, right?
Okay.
So let's say, okay, first of all, I always look at it and say, did you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then how well did you do it, right? So if I go, hey, Lord Jesus, I love you, who cares?
No.
Why even bother doing it? But I can at least check off the box that I did it, right?
Yep.
So then, but I say, okay, so there's the effort,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the performance, and then there's the checklist. So checklist that I do it, there's the effort behind it, and then how did it perform?
Okay.
Well, Jesus came and gave me a big hug. Okay, well, that's probably good. That
Yeah.
means your relationship's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Or I got a nugget in the Bible. Ooh, my wife just walked by. She looked pretty good. Now I'm going to be all distracted. I'm like, what's up, baby? But anyway, so that's kind of it. Checklist, and then the effort behind it, and then the performance level.
Yeah.
And some are, a little bit more difficult to collect data on than others. But usually, if you're looking at the activity,
Yeah.
and then what can I do better? What should I do the same because it's great? Or you kind of pivot or adjust, different things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I say collect data on what makes sense on what you're trying to accomplish, or the activities to accomplish, or both hands.
Gotcha. And then moving into thoughtful advancement, which is probably the one that gets forgotten the most.
Yeah.
Because of celebrations, adjustments, and things like that.
Yeah.
I know that I don't do that, and you do everything but celebrate.
Yeah, and I do celebrate.
Yeah.
I don't celebrate as much as I should.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm in a big project, which we, have probably another 30 or 40 days, which, construction means 80 days. But yeah, I do it. I eat popcorn, and I shouldn't, but I like popcorn.
So then when it comes to having someone do it, are you, I don't know what the word is, but do you not make them, but is it like, hey, I want you to do this at first to get to understand it, and then if 6 months down the road you don't do it anymore, it's not that big of a deal? Or how does that work?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal because I think that if you're a type A choleric,
Yeah.
north,
Yeah.
task oriented, whack job.
Mhm.
You're just like going to the next thing.
Right.
So, stop and smell the roses a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're not that person, then you're probably smelling the roses too much, but
Yeah.
you may not be formally celebrating,
Mhm.
right? So to speak. So either direction, let's make it formal, right?
Mhm.
It's so freaking funny to me. So let's take a look at that celebration thing real quick. So we collect the data and we decide that we like it.
Yep.
So we're going to celebrate,
Yeah.
right? Well, I'll be damned. Oops, I'm not supposed to cuss. But I'll be damned if we don't have grown men celebrating like freaking they're a little kid when they make a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, getting paid millions and millions of dollars a year. And they're celebrating like little kids, right? Or on the other end, the little kids. They celebrate when they see an ant.
Yeah.
Well, either direction, good for you.
Mhm.
Because life's not easy.
Right.
So let's celebrate, like the 35 to $40 million man who just scored a touchdown. Why would we not do that?
Right.
So whether you're a wacko or whether you're not, celebrate the good things you do. And I've told you that before. Have you tried it yet? Go count all the good things you do in a day. It's freaking nuts.
Mhm.
There's a bunch, but we don't even think about it. So of course you're not going to celebrate a like because you don't know it's a like, because you're not paying attention, because you don't have a mindset. You're not getting organized. Of course you're not going to do that down here.
Right.
It's a flow, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, one thing I always say, if I can help one person doing one thing,
Yeah.
celebrate at the end of the day. There's something you did that was great today or good, and I'll bet you there's several bunches of them.
Yeah.
But just, if you're a go-getter and you have 1,000 a day, don't do one for one. One popcorn per one that you do good. Yeah, because then you'll get one of these.
And then the final question is,
Yeah,
for the individual system, so becoming an incredible individual,
yeah,
the holistic system, and individual system,
yeah.
do you teach those simultaneously, or do you teach them, hey, let's become an incredible individual, then let's learn the holistic system, and then let's learn the...
Well, we technically say to be an incredible individual, you should know thyself, you should do the holistic system and the individual system.
Okay.
So we're saying to be an incredible individual, you should be doing all three of those things. And so,
Gotcha.
so we teach that simultaneously, kind of, meaning, right? So you can't. What do they say? You can't the elephant. You can't eat an elephant. But one bite at a time, or however that saying is. So the first couple weeks, because again, we can make this a 20-week course, a 20-week training, a 20-week gathering. We can make it a 10-week. If I only have a day with you, I would pick some of those things out of there.
Right.
Here are the top 10. So, it's like, like my collecting connects or my build figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I may talk about the head and the arms and not the body that go around for session 1.
Yeah.
But I may talk about the head, the body, the whatever for session 2. So it just depends. So they don't necessarily always happen simultaneously, although that's the perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
But they do happen with overlap. And in the end, you're going to get it all in the blender anyway, the smoothie. Becoming the incredible individual smoothie.
Yeah, got it. Well, as we're closing up, any final statements or anything you'd like to say before we go into bonus questions?
Just listen. I mean, if you take what we're doing, if you take 10, 20% of what we're doing, you're going to be a lot better situation than you are now.
Incredible individual.
Yeah, and no matter what. And if that... just as an individual, let alone as a specific whatever within that individual, meaning a better father, a better athlete, a better mother, a better businessman, a better entrepreneur, a better, right?
Yeah.
If you take these things that we're teaching you that are universal and like a transformer, you got to kind of put them in the right spot, but not really. Right? I mean, eventually, like Legos. You can put them this way one time and do this way, but eventually it's the same types of Legos. This red Lego, that's the long one with the 8 little, things that come out. That's part of the mindset. The 2 little ones is part of the getting organized. The little itty bitty one today, it's part of thoughtful advancement. Tomorrow, the little itty bitty one is all the mindset time you have. So they're interchangeable situations. But if the viewers will take heed of them and start to understand them and then do them, they're gonna feel really good about it. 21 days.
Yeah. Man. Well, thank you. Gotcha.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Can we get started? Jeez.
Yeah. You keep talking on that. We gotta have.
Want to see this one?
That's close.